We also really work on character traits that are just important that for many years I taught, and I saw those traits beginning to disappear in my students. And so often the teachers sometimes will even tell us that they see an issue that's, something we could deal with. And so we try to include those character traits along from the very best source, the Bible.
Oh, wonderful. Now, for the ones that's watching and listening by the way of TV and radio, John, if there is like some people like superintendents of the school that want to get you involved in their school, what's the process of that?
Well, the one thing you could remember is we do have a website, and we do have a email address where you can write and get more information. The website, it's not state of the art, but you can get the information there.
Right.
The website is KY Release Time. That's all one word, kyreleasetime.org. And our address is B.R.E.A.K, B.R.E.A.K, for children. B.R.E.A.K for children at gmail.com. And so you can contact us there, and we're dependent upon volunteers. We operate on a shoestring budget, but it's amazing what God can do. In fact, historically, we've seen approximately 25 salvations per year.
Oh, wonderful.
But I really do want to get back to what you were saying with Beth. It really is, it's about discipleship,
Right.
And as we look at God's Word, the Great Commission
Right.
isn't just to make converts.
Yeah.
It's to make disciples.
Disciples.
And so we need to teach people to follow Christ. And as far as the character traits, the idea is that God's Word is applicable to all areas of life. And we need to teach them to do that.
I see that when I'm talking to you all. I see that you've got such a love for children and want to make a difference in people's life. And that's where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be reaching out and helping each other. And we're living in a time and a community that these kids, most of the kids today is in drug-related homes. They're being mistreated from their parents or whatever. Growing up in a home with only one parent or maybe no parents. Maybe their grandma and grandpa. They need support. They need help.
They sure do, Jonathan. We would say that we get the complete spectrum of children. We
Right.
get children who are very well churched and very well taught. We get children who are totally neglected, and the complete spectrum is there.
Right.
And I just want to say that B.R.E.A.K, or Release Time Bible Education, is really important for all of those.
Right.
And we would think, well, it's really most important for those who aren't hearing it, but I can't say that definitively.
Right.
I know that when a child hears about the Lord at home, well, that's good. Well, they hear it at church, oh, that's real good. But when they hear it at home and at church and then at school too,
Wonderful.
It's like this three-stranded cord. It's hard to break. They see it. They all of a sudden realize this isn't just something you add on the side of your life.
Right.
This is all of life.
Oh.
And it's really, I'm not sure that it isn't just as important for the children who are churched as it is for those who are not churched.
Right, right. Beth, explain to me, like, when B.R.E.A.K comes to a school, have you got a certain bus or a certain vehicle or whatever?
Well, as John mentioned, at first it began in a home,
Right.
and we would move the furniture out of the living room. The children would come in, the children would leave, the furniture would come back in. But now we have a bus that was given to us. God's provided really so many needs we've had, but the bus has been the seats are out, and John, along with James McDonald, another teacher that is in B.R.E.A.K, he's the third. There are three of us serving as missionaries in this area, and he's the third one. And John and some other community people put in a foam floor, and then we have bleacher seats. So the children actually leave the school, come into this mobile classroom, which is at one school one day, then it moves to another school, other days.
Wonderful.
We could give a call out too.
Okay.
I'd just like to give a call out for the people who supported us in this. There's multiple businesses that help provide this. For example, Daryl Warren has a body shop, and he prepped the whole bus for us.
Oh, wonderful.
Fire equipment, they painted it. This was a monumental task. They painted the bus. It's beautiful, high-quality paint. They produced decals per our specifications. It's beautiful, and they did this all for free. So I'd just like to give a call in. Plus, Lowe's, Northside Hardware, they give us discounts on materials, paint. So that's really a goal of ours, is that we want this to be a community thing.
Right.
We really want this to be a community thing. We don't want this to be a specific church. It's non-denominational.
Right.
We are very strict about holding to the traditional tenets of our faith, the traditional tenets of Christianity, evangelical Christianity.
Wonderful.
We're very strict about that, but we steer away from things that are sectarian. And so we just want to make sure that people understand this is a community effort. To God be the glory.
Right, right. Let me see your magazine. Just hold it down here at the bottom like